Hey guys, JamesMCD Reviews here, and I'm going to be doing a review of the Zombieland movies. Yes, you heard that right. I'm reviewing both of them. I got back from a double feature of Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap, because I had never actually seen the first Zombieland all the way through, and the second one looked really fun, so I wanted to go and see that. So the first Zombieland came out in 2009, and it stars Jesse Eisenberg as Columbus, a guy who is trying to find humanity in a world populated by zombies. He ends up tagging along with Tallahassee, played by Woody Harrelson, and eventually two more survivors enter the mix, Wichita. It's so hard to say, I'm sorry. Wichita, played by Emma Stone, and Little Rock, played by Abigail Breslin. And it's basically just them trying to follow the rules, fight for survival, and more importantly, have fun. And fun is exactly what I had at this movie. This is honestly now one of my favorite horror comedies. It just is so entertaining. It doesn't even try to take itself seriously, while at the same time still having a great deal of heart. I think that it is really good at balancing those two out. I think all the actors do a great job. They are so fucking hilarious. And they look like they're having a blast. Jesse Eisenberg is really, charismatic in how, just much of a scaredy cat he is. Woody Harrelson is just so entertaining to watch. The two female leads, Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin, get their own moments to shine, but not nearly as much as Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg. I thought they completely carried the movie. There's also a great deal of tension. I mean, you kind of already know, no characters are gonna die, or no important characters are gonna die, especially now that the sequel is out. But there are some pretty suspenseful action scenes. The action in this is fucking great. It's super raw and R-rated and just completely over the top. Again, it doesn't try to take itself super seriously. They even have I guess competitions for what the best kill is. That's so funny and brilliant. If I did have any problems with the movie, I feel like the girls leaving at one point during the movie, right before the third act, is a bit forced. I mean, I feel like they just needed an excuse for the characters to be split up so they could have this climax, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it sort of makes sense in context of the story, and it leads to a pretty fucking amazing climax. But I don't know, I just feel like they were kind of being stupid and selfish, which, I mean, you could argue that was the point. But I mean, overall, I was really entertained by the first Zombieland, and I kind of feel bad that I never finished it sooner, because it was really entertaining. I would definitely recommend it to anyone who hasn't already seen it, although you've probably already seen it. If you're excited for the second one, or you're watching this video, then you've clearly already seen it. But just go rewatch it again, because it's just so much fun, and definitely one of the better comedies to come out in the last few years. I'm going to give Zombieland a 4.5 out of 5. Next up is Zombieland 2 Double Tap. I will not give any specific spoilery plot details about this, or as best I can, because the movie hasn't properly come out yet at the time I'm recording this. So it picks up a few years after the first one. The whole Zombieland gang have, grown closer together. They're living it up at the White House. They've kind of become a family. But then Little Rock and Wichita think that, the whole family dynamic is a bit too much for them. It's kind of intimidating, so they, kind of go off on their own. Little Rock ends up meeting up with this hippie dude played by the guy that played Beck in Victorious. I'm sure he's got a name, but I can't be asked to look it up, and that's the only thing that I recognize him from. And so they basically have to go and try and get her back while on the run from these newly evolved zombies. Without giving away too much, I felt like this one was still entertaining. It was definitely really funny. It amped up the action, you know, it amped up the jokes, and just everything was amped up an extra step. Strangely, you know, like in the same case of Kingsman 2, where like it's entertaining, but it's not quite as good as the first one. I definitely liked Zombieland 1 more than Double Tap. Maybe it's because I was watching them back to back, but I noticed that Double Tap used a lot of the same sort of beats and a lot of the same like jokes from the original. Like, I'm not gonna give away what they are, like I'll just wait for you to watch the movie for you to figure them out, but like, it was fairly obvious, and I mean, like, maybe I would have had a more difficult time picking them up if I hadn't watched the two of them back to back, but it was pretty jarring. That's not to say that they aren't, you know, still funny. Like, there are some really funny laugh out loud moments in this. I was definitely entertained, but you know, it's not like wholly original. There are also a couple of characters that kind of annoyed the shit out of me, and I mean, I know that was kind of their intention, but like, it almost worked too well. Like, there's this character that Columbus meets not too long after Wichita and Little Rock split, named Madison. You only see like a tiny bit of her in the trailer, but she does have a fairly sized role. Like, she shows up and then she's there for a little bit, and then she gets left behind, and then she stumbles her way back into the plot somehow, and then she's there for the rest of the movie. But like, from the moment that she arrived on screen, I was just waiting for her to get bit by a zombie, or for Tallahassee to just shoot her in the face, because God, was she annoying. Like, and not even like a funny type of annoying, like just really, really fucking annoying. Like, and that's no discredit to the actress. I'm sure she's great, like, in other stuff, and I mean, she did a good job convincing us that she was annoying in this, but like, she almost, like I said, she almost did too good of a job, because fuck me. Also, Beck plays this, you know, hippie stoner musician that basically just like rips off like classic songs and like pretends that he wrote them to like woo girls and stuff like that. And I mean, you know, like I said, he's kind of intentionally made to look like a dickhead, a douchebag, and like an idiot, but like still he's kind of, you know, annoying. That's not to say that all of the new characters are annoying, the ones that actually have like a prominent role. Like, for example, Rosario Dawson shows up halfway through the movie. You've seen her in the trailers, and she's honestly really cool. She gets in a few laughs, and she has a really cool action scene towards the end that I won't, you know, give away. And I mean, like, all of the same beats are still there, you know, it's funny, it's action-packed, it's gory, it's over the top, it's still hilarious, and it's still, you know, fun and entertaining, and it's still Zombieland, but like, I feel like it could have and it should have, you know, done something like a little bit different. But nevertheless, still entertaining, still a really cool and really fun double feature of movies. I would definitely say if you're excited for the second Zombieland and you enjoyed the first one, then you're definitely going to enjoy the second one. If you didn't so much care for the first one, then I don't think the second one is going to change your mind. But my overall thoughts, really entertaining sequel, not quite to the level of the first one. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 4 out of 5. But anyway, that does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to all the people on the street that commented about this jacket. Seriously, I lost count of how many people complimented me on my jacket. But anyway, let me know down in the comments if you're excited for Zombieland Double Tap. What are your thoughts on the series? If you've already seen Double Tap, which do you like better, 1 or 2? And what are some of your main rules for surviving the zombie apocalypse? Apart from that, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can stay up to date on what I'm posting. Follow me on all my social media, subscribe to my main channel. Everything you need to know will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.